Local reaction continues now as Americans reflect on the death of perhaps this country's biggest enemy. People who personally faced bin Laden's terror are starting a new chapter.
News Channel 5's Evan Axelbank joined us now. And Evan, you spoke to a man from Royal Palm Beach who was in the World Trade Center when it was hit September 11th. Good morning.
Morning. The man I spoke with didn't even know that bin Laden had been killed until we called him at about midnight. He says that while nothing could ever heal all the wounds that bin Laden created, this is a good start.
Justin Gerard was a bright-eyed 22-year-old, beginning his career in the financial industry with Morgan Stanley. It was the second day of a 3-week company orientation.
I went to lunch with a buddy of mine on the plaza, and we're looking up and just looking at the majesty of these buildings.
That was September 10th. The next day, an hour after he took his seat on the 60th floor of the South Tower, the North Tower was hit. As he and dozens of others sat in a staircase deciding on whether to evacuate, the building that he was in was hit.
And the building shook like it was made of rubber. Your mind kind of slows all that stuff down. It probably only lasted 3 or 4 seconds, but it felt like it shook for a considerable period of time. It actually felt like the building was falling. You couldn't get your bearings straight.
Since then, he has spoken to area schools about his surviving the attack that killed 2,606 who were in those majestic buildings. He has also wondered, especially on the anniversaries of September 11th, whether Osama bin Laden would ever pay.
In my mind, he was responsible.
The bill has come due. Gerard was glued to the TV.
I don't think the wounds will ever fully be closed, but certainly this brings closure to the situation. It certainly brings closure in some way to 9/11.
He's struck by the time that it took. Not just that officials had their eye on bin Laden's compound since August, but that Americans have been trying to kill bin Laden since the day that bin Laden's followers nearly killed him.
10 years, it took so long. It's just unbelievable that as large and as powerful as we are, that it took that long to bring him to justice.
Here is one example of the terror that Osama bin Laden created. Justin's wife knew that he was in the World Trade Center that morning and was unable to reach him until after both towers had crashed to the ground. Gerard says that when he was finally able to get through on the phone call was the most emotional moment that he has ever had. John, Roxanne, back to you.